The Walt Disney Company is making major changes again to Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, Fast Pass, whatever you want to call it these days. And folks, we're here to tell you exclusively that we believe these changes are coming because guests are not coming this holiday season. We're here to tell you that Disney is taking advantage of the people who can barely afford going through the turnstiles, making the experience of children from less endowed families have a time that makes them say, oh wow, why do the rich kids get to ride while we get to wait in line? Hello folks, welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we endeavor to explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve. We're happy to have you here, and we're happy to have Marvin, the movie monster, with us again, who, by the way, is a very oft frequenter of the Disney parks. Welcome back, sir.
Hello, glad to be here. I hear we're talking about Genie Plus. Are they finally getting rid of it? Are they finally listening to the people?
No, and we're not going back to calling this Fast Pass either, because that would be expensive. You can't afford to change the signage anymore at Disney. Here's the article out of WDW Magic, and folks, we're going to show you why this is detrimental to people who could barely afford a trip to the happiest place on Earth, and they're making it worse. They're actually somehow, some way, making it worse for people who were on the edge of being able to afford taking their kid to walk down Main Street. And that's why I'm going to be unhappy in this video. It's not because I just have to hate on Disney. It's because I don't believe that if you pay the money, and if you don't have very much money and you're paying, a huge amount of your percentage to take your kid down Main Street, I don't believe that you should be treated poorly versus someone who is ultra wealthy. I don't think that should happen. I think every little kid who walks down Main Street, they get to ride all the rides all the same. That's what I think. Marvin?
I'm with you 100% on that. I think that it has definitely become, it's so funny for a company that is so ingrained into putting out Marxist messaging and stuff like that. They are the most capitalist, ruthless company that's ever existed. They are only for the ultra wealthy. You pay more for the experience to get better, and it's as opposed to it just being an experience for people to enjoy. But now when we're going to talk about the hotels and stuff like that, you're not getting the bang for your buck to stay at a Disney Resort hotel anymore. You're paying all this money, you're paying through the nose, and you don't get housekeeping every day. I can get housekeeping at the Best Western, bro.
Yes. Well, that's why they're trying to find a way that doesn't cost them a single dime to incentivize folks to stay at the resorts. Let's take a look now. This is an article out of WDWMagic.com. It says Walt Disney World announces major changes to Genie Plus and Lightning Lane, including advanced selections. Here's where it gets tricky, folks. Disney has announced a significant change to its Genie Plus service at the Walt Disney World theme parks, which will take effect on July 24th, 2024. So after summer, when apparently we're hearing it's going to get even lighter in terms of crowds. And if you've been following the channel, you know that Disney World, the place that generates 1/3 of all of Disney's profits for the entire company, that it's had a very soft summer. Might not be good for shareholders and might offset Inside Out 2 and the gonzo success that movie is having. On July 24th, Walt Disney World will introduce new, simpler names. Disney Genie Plus service will become Lightning Lane Multipass. I don't know how that's simpler.
How is it a simpler name? We've added more
individual
to make it a simpler name.
Well, I guess it's all umbrellaed now. We've got Lightning Lane Multipass, we've got Lightning Lane Single Pass, and that's it.
The only multipass I care about is Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Lightning Lane passes will blend. Okay, you got me. Will blend features from current services in the previously offered Fast Pass Plus service, which Disney says will give guests the choice to plan ahead and remove the hassle of planning during their vacation. And right off the bat, folks, what we can say here is that apparently Genie Plus, for all the money it made, and it made a tremendous amount of money, it appears to be gone. And the reason it's gone is probably because of what we said. It was always decimating the goodwill of guests who come to the park. Mm-hmm. Guests don't want to be separated from their wallet violently. And digitally, this was a very, you were spending a lot of money. And the ticket prices might not have gone up tremendously, but the amount of money you were spending at Disney had gone up torrentially. New Lightning Lane Pass features. Here's what we've got. And this is where we separate the rich from the poor, folks. Guests can make Lightning Lane plans ahead of arrival 7 days in advance for resort guests and 3 days in advance for non-resort guests. Now, what that means, Marvin, is that if you are staying at a Disney World hotel, which those tend to be much more pricey than any other hotel in Orlando, on average, based on what you receive. If you're going to stay at a Disney World hotel, you get 4 days before anyone else to reserve all those lightning lanes. Now, Marvin, I don't know if you know this, but there are quite a few rooms at Disney World hotels. And so
100%.
what that means, Marvin, what that means is that there are going to be many rides that you want to reserve for Lightning Lane. But if you're not a Disney World hotel guest, those are going to be picked up, packed up, collected by those Disney World hotel guests. And if you're just an average person coming on an average day with your kid, barely scraping by enough to get to go into the Magic Kingdom, and you come for that one-day pass, and you're not a special Disney hotel guest or anything like that, good luck getting on the big rides that you want to ride. You're not skipping a line. You're not going to have the same fun as the guests who have tons and tons of money. Your thoughts, Mark?
You know, the more I look at this, the more it seems oddly familiar to me. Almost like it's a thing that I've seen before that I didn't have to pay for. Almost like it's Fast Pass Plus.
That's
This
right.
is literally
Well,
Fast Pass Plus, except now we're charging people for it. And you know, if you are going to Walt Disney World, folks, and you're staying off property, if you're staying at a resort on or one of the Hotel Plaza Boulevard, or any of those roads out there, and you think you're going to get on Rise of the Resistance, you think you're going to get on Tiana's, well, maybe not that one. You think you're going to get on Tron, Tron Light Cycle Run? Think again, because it's all going to be gone.
Yes, and so here's the deal, okay, just so people understand. There are 30,000 hotel rooms in Walt Disney World, okay? On the entire resort, 30,000 hotel rooms. Those 30,000 people, they get 4 days ahead of you, and by that, that's 30,000 families. 30,000 families.
That's 60,000, because most people aren't staying in a room by themselves, so that's a minimum of 60,000 people.
Correct. So minimum and probably higher than that. They all get to pick. They get to pick their rides before anyone else, and that means you're going to show up if you're just a person wanting to go enjoy Disney. This is really going to suck for annual pass holders or Florida residents who try to show up and are like, okay, let's see what fast passes we can get, because nobody calls it lightning lanes. That's stupid.
Yeah,
it was always
they gleefully thumb their nose at annual pass holders until they're in a bad situation, and then they're like, hey, friends,
come on back, friends, we love you. All right, let's see how these things work. Okay. They've separated these into tiers now, Marvin, because they wanted to complexify as they simplified. Lightning Lane Multipass. When you purchase Lightning Lane Multipass, you may make up to 3 Lightning Lane selections in a theme park in advance of your visit. You'll also be able to choose available times as you make your selections. On the day of your visit, once you use a selection, check the My Disney app for availability to make an additional selection. Lightning Lane Multipass will have 2 tiers of attractions at Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. There are no tiers at Disney's Animal Kingdom because there aren't enough rides. Same thing with Hollywood Studios, but they'll never admit that. You can choose 1 selection from the first tier and 2 selections from the second tier. I'll guarantee you at Hollywood Studios, they're using stuff like Phantasmic and Meet Chewie inside a semi-air-conditioned building. And I'm sure those are part of Lightning Lane Multipass Tier 1 attractions. Here's what you can ride for the Tier 1. Big Thunder, Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan, Space Mountain, Tiana. No Tron. You know why, folks? Because you're going to pay if you want to ride Tron. Epcot, Remy's, Frozen, Soarin', Hollywood Studios, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Millennium Falcon, Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog Dash. Hey, where's that Rise of the Resistance? Oh, Le Resistance is behind another paywall. That's right. Tier 2 attractions for Magic Kingdom. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, It's a Small World, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Mad Tea Party, PhilharMagic. You get the idea, folks. We won't go through them all. Although I will say, this is a great revealer of just how few rides there are at all the other parks.
Yes.
At Epcot, Journey into Imagination with Figment, God Bless Your Heart. God bless your heart if you select that. That is a walk-on at any point, on any day, 365, folks. God bless your heart if you select that.
Friends and family members who would do their fast passes for fast passes, like, oh, and I got Figment for Wednesday. I'm like, why did you do that?
Right. You can literally just walk into it. Disney Pixar Short Film Festival. God bless your heart if you selected that. So again,
Turtle Talk,
folks, here's the deal. Let me just say this, Marvin. If you buy this thing and you're not a hotel guest, you know what you're going to be doing? You're going to be getting stuck with walk-ons. So you're just getting ripped off. You're just taking it for the team because for Team Mickey. Because if you're having to pick, oh man, we're down to Disney Pixar Short Film Festival and Figment. Oh, which one will get us more value? Oh man, there'll be a lot. No, there's no line for either of these ever. Ever, never.
There's no
never,
line for
ever.
any of these. I don't think there's no line for any of these Tier 2 Epcot attractions, pretty much ever.
Spaceship Earth at the very beginning of the morning, 30 minutes because people stop there on the way in. Go back in the afternoon or evening, walk on.
That's what I always tell people. If you're going to Epcot, bypass Spaceship Earth, go on your way out because it'll be have no people at the end of the day.
At Hollywood Studios, let's see what fun. This is what I'm going to enjoy mocking a little bit. Tower of Terror. How in the world is that a tier 2? Toy Story Mania. Again, that's a great one. Alien swirling saucers. God bless your heart. Star Tours. That's often a walk on towards the end of the park. Beauty and the Beast live on stage. There is no line ever, never. It's a giant.
Why would you ever need to fast pass that?
Exactly. You're just getting ripped off.
I'm looking ahead at the next one because my head's about to explode.
Yeah, all of these. Disney Junior Play and Dance.
Frozen Sing Along. Party.
Indiana Jones and Muppet Vision. There is never a line for any of these. Okay, folks, these right here, and really these, okay? All but 2 in the tier 2 of Hollywood Studios is just you taking it. They are laughing at you for the money you spent. There is no benefit whatsoever to having those. Just saying.
Get your Muppet Vision 3D lightning lane. Like, no, listen, it's my favorite thing in Hollywood Studios, I will say, obviously. But you don't have to get a fast pass for it, folks. It's a show. It's stupid to get a fast pass for it because it's never more than a 15-minute wait. How long is the show even? 20 minutes?
It's just the length of the show. You'll go in when the show opens.
And you go in there and you watch the best pre-show in all of Walt Disney World.
That's correct. I'll go with that. Tiana's Bayou Adventure operating hours released, but not extended evening hours or early entry yet. I want to bring this up to you, Marvin, because I think this ties into the monetization of everything. Now,
right.
I think they're struggling to keep this thing running. I bet you believe the same because everybody's watched it be broken down for 50 to 60% of the time it's been attempted to run. I don't see that that's going to stop anytime soon. So some people might say, well, they're having a hard time with it. Maybe that's why they don't want to run it extra hours. And I'd say, well, if that were the case, you'd want to run it at the beginning as soon as you could to try to make sure that your hotel guests get to ride it. They're not doing that. And Marvin, I've got a thought on it. Mm-hmm. I think what they're trying to do here is they're trying to make sure that those hotel guests who would get early entry and extended evening hours, which these used to be called Extra Magic, I don't know. But anyway,
right.
They've changed all the names to things that are worse. But by taking this out of that, what happens is then they're having to jump onto that lightning lane thing, and then that causes there to be some sort of false demand for it, built up demand, and it kind of saves face for Disney. Look at this. The new attraction's operating hours follow standard park hours from opening to closing, which is 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. on opening day. However, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is not currently included in extended evening hours or early entry. Frontierland is not open during early entry, so it's not surprising that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is not included. Yes, actually, I would put that as very surprising. Frontierland was not open because there's only one ride there, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. You're opening what was your most popular attraction with Big Thunder right beside it. Back when those two were running, Frontierland was always open for extra magic hours. So I'm going to say that, yes, it is very surprising. Marvin, what do you think about Tiana's not running outside of normal operating hours?
I mean, look, I think as much time as they could have this ride be not running, I think it will hide the fact that this ride is for the most part not running. But yeah, that's ridiculous. You're paying extra for extra magic hours or whatever they call it now. And one of the newest ride in the park is not available. What even is that? Yeah, and the reason, like the Frontierland, the mountains of the Magic Kingdom were a thing. It's Splash Mountain, Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain.
I think you mean Bayou. We're now in Bayou.
Yeah, now. Well, yeah, there are no mountains of the Magic Kingdom anymore. There's no mountains.
It's an elevated swamp. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally, metaphorically, everything. Martin, I'm going to show you why they're doing this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's a trifecta of WDW Magic articles today. By the way, WDWMagic.com, you're welcome. Florida residents can save, you can save up to 30% on Disney Resort hotels this fall and holiday season. Folks, this is why they're doing it. This is, in my estimation, why they are charging you to be able to use Genie Plus now 7 days in advance and get all the good stuff. And then all the little impoverished plebes can fight over getting to ride Figment for the same amount of time, but spend money for it. Here's why. Mm-hmm. In a new offer released today, Florida residents can save up to 30% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels at Walt Disney World. Folks, this just came out today. This offer is valid for most days, but wait till you see the dates. Most Sunday to Thursday nights from October 6th to November 21st in 2024, and most nights from November 24th to December 25th. That means that for the entire Christmas season, Marvin, Disney is falling on their face and asking Florida residents to please come stay at their hotels with a 30% discount. For AP holders, they're actually discounting it even more. Marvin, I've seen them discount many times. I don't recall them discounting Christmas Day for a resort stay.
Never.
And I think they're desperate. Something is going on here. They're looking at the pre-bookings. Something is happening where they're saying to themselves, we must get people to stay at our hotels. And if that means that only resort hotel guests are going to get the very best in Lightning Lane Fast Pass reservations, so be it.
So, yeah, the only time I've ever seen any kind of hotel discount around the holidays was they used to do a thing. I don't know if they still do it. They used to do a thing for cast members where their families could book a discounted hotel room to come see them for the Christmas holiday. I've never seen it for the general public like this. This is a desperation move. And could you you've been going probably even longer than I have. And could you imagine
been going a long time.
10, 15 years ago, ever saying to somebody like, oh, wow, like they can't get people to go stay at the Disney resorts during Christmas. I mean, it's the best time there. It's the best time at Walt Disney World. And I think a lot of this is it's preemptive shielding. I think also because they know that Epic Universe is coming like a freight train, and that takes Universal Studios from being a 1 to 2 day adventure to being a full vacation.
Marvin, if they can't fill their hotel rooms for Christmas Day and for Christmas Eve, if they can't fill their hotel rooms and Epic Universe is not yet open, what's it going to be like? And honestly, we're getting down to months now.
Yeah, it is. And Universal is just every time you look at Universal, they're building a new resort, and the resorts there are good. And guess what? They change your bed sheets every day.
Oh man, the luxury. The
last time
I'm here to tell you.
The last time
I just want to say, Marvin, real quick, we'll be covering Epic Universe heavily here on the channel. Go ahead, Marvin.
Yeah. The last time I stayed at a Disney resort, it was within the last year, and I was shocked because I hadn't stayed in a couple of years, and I was like, what's happening here? It's filthy. The garbage cans are overflowing. They're not doing turn down service. What is happening for the money you're spending? You used to be able to justify how expensive a Walt Disney World hotel room was because you're saying to yourself, well, you're getting that Disney difference. You're paying for the quality that you're getting. You're not getting the quality anymore. They have cut back on everything. I turned my
which hotel did you stay at, Marvin? Which hotel?
The Disney's Coronado Springs Resort.
Oh, yeah. Coronado's had some rough times outside of the tower. All the focus is on the tower.
Yes, yeah, and we did not stay in the tower. So, yeah, it was like, oh, we've just forgotten about all our regular hotel rooms, which, by the way, I would also not like to stay in that tower. I don't know. I think these towers, these DVC towers that they're building are such eyesores, and they take away from, like, yeah. I don't know what this Polynesian one is going to look like, but man, oh man, do I not like what it looks like right now.
Well, they decided in all of their infinite wisdom with their Marriott executives that they should take the Polynesian, destroy the luau, and then plop in a tower that would not be focused on the rest of the Polynesian's theme, which is sort of a 1950s idyllic Polynesian experience. But instead, this will now be focused on modern Hawaii, which really means you're getting IKEA furniture. That's what it means.
Right. They're focused on modern Hawaii. They're focused on modern Hawaii. So they're gonna develop everything. They're gonna take away natural resources, and they're gonna take anybody who has been there for a while and make them not be able to afford to live anywhere near it.
That's right. That's how it's gonna go. Although we love our Hawaiian viewers. Marvin, I think we've shown folks what's really going on here, why it is that they are sticking it to those who can barely afford to go through the turnstiles. Folks, is the kind of analysis you won't hear anywhere else. We're not saying that all of these changes are bad, by the way. Some of them do benefit some. And I like the fact that Disney is allowing their partner hotels that are on the resort but not owned by Disney to partake in this. I really like that Disney is allowing the military families at Shades of Green to use this because otherwise I think they're horrible, and they've treated that resort and the military families horribly. So I'm glad that they're at least going to do this. But overall, the damage that's going to be done here is that while you may enjoy it, folks out there, staying in a hotel room at Disney, you may enjoy it. The people who can't afford that, they're going to have a much worse time at Disney World. And for me, thinking about the kids, right? Because adults who don't have that much money, we can all survive, right? If you know, we've all had good times, hard times, I get it. But little kids don't understand that. 5-year-old little girls walking down Main Street don't understand why the rich people get to ride all the rides and she waits for 2 hours. And I don't like that, and I don't want that to happen. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing with this video. Folks, we hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms, it's the notification bell, drop a comment down below, let us know your thoughts. And folks, make sure you check out Marvin, the Movie Monster, on 2 YouTube channels. Marvin, what do you got?
We got Tooneytown TV, movies and TV channel, where we do a live stream podcast every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And we've also got Tooneytown Wrestling, a professional wrestling news coverage channel, where we do a live show, Toonie Talk Wrestling, every Tuesday night. But we're going to be doing daily content on both of those, both now fully monetized channels. And, you know, it is off to the races. We are having a great time over there.
Congratulations, Marvin. Wishing you guys the best and loving your content. Folks, we're also thankful for you supporting Vacation Radio. It is now at the point where we are going to reach that major milestone. You'll see a change over there coming up real soon, and we hope you're enjoying all the music. Check out our member-exclusive content right here on the channel to hear a conversation, an interview with one of the guys who's been working on the music behind Vacation Radio, someone composing many of those guitar licks that you love. All right, folks, we will see you real soon. 75K subscriber celebration this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern if you're watching this video at the time of release. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Yeah, I am so excited for Independence Day. You can taste the liberty and drink in all that 4th of July freedom.
Why? You're not an American, and you don't live in America. Not to mention, you're a troll, and they're from Norway.
Wait, you're saying that trolls can't have the spirit of America? How do you explain Leslie Headland? That'd also be like saying the Acolyte isn't Star Wars.
Well, I guess it's not bad to not be American and wish for that kind of freedom. But please, don't compare this situation to the Acolyte and it being Star Wars. Nothing's that bad.
Well, gosh darn it. You've given me something new to aim for.